Hey, Shalom. First, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kakadash, Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. I want to give a double honors to the apostles, the great millstone who has taught me this truth. I want to give a peace and blessings to the I came across the four corners of the earth, who teach this truth and risk like to do so. It's going to be a quick video. Lord willing, video is edifying. Lord willing, I can get something from this video. Hey, basically what this is going to be is just a video on Sirach 6, and I always say Sirach is a good building book. Proverbs is a good building book. These are two books that I go to, to get knowledge on how to walk as a man of the Lord, because it gives you wise instruction on what to do in certain different situations and how to look on certain different things. And this is very important, as we walk this walk, man, because you got to have instruction. You got to have you got to have a manual to do things. Here it is. You have a manual for a phone. You have a manual for a car, right? You have a manual for how different things work, but life comes with a manual as well. And it's the scriptures, man. Okay. It's very wise words that we ought to live by in the scriptures. Okay. And it could deliver you out of trouble. It could deliver you out of different situations and things of that nature. Okay. So without further ado, let's hop into Sirach 6. Now, it's not going to be a long video. I'm gonna kind of get what I got highlighted, and Lord willing, it's edifying to you. I can. It says where I want to start. Let's start at Sirach 6, and I start at 4. It says, "A wicked soul shall destroy him that hath it, and shall make him to be laughed to scorn of his enemies." So a wicked soul shall destroy. It's gonna destroy you if you have it. Okay, if you wicked in the inside, ultimately, the wicked has, a destruction, but a destruction coming, a set destruction coming, right? But a wicked soul will destroy you, man, right? It'll have you, doing all kind of manners of evil, okay? Have you over pleasing the flesh? Have you, dabbling into different things, man? Ultimately, it will destroy you, it says, and shall make him to be laughed to scorn of his enemies. Sweet language will multiply friends, and a fair speaking tongue will increase kind greetings, right? It's and we see that on the daily with preachers and things of that nature, right? It says 6, it says, "Be in peace with many, nevertheless have but one counselor of 1,000. So be in peace with many, man. Okay, be in peace. Scriptures tell you to be, if it be possible, be in peace at peace with all men, man. If it be possible, okay. And the reason why is because we're not, listen, man, scriptures say be harmless as a dove and wise as a serpent, man. You got to be harmless. You got to move, watch how you move, in this wicked ass world. The scriptures tell you that we are sheep among wolves, man. Okay, not saying that brothers can't defend themselves and things of that nature. Yeah, brothers are whoop ass. Don't get me wrong, don't get it twisted, but we stay far from that, as we stay far from it as much as possible. Okay, it says but one counselor of 1,000. Yeah, we have counselors in this thing of ours. We have elders. We have people who we learn from, our teachers. We don't dabble into you're not to dabble into many different things. You don't go watch IUIC, then go watch IUSPK, or watch Sakari, then watch GMS. No, because you'll be confused. Okay? It's 7. It says, "If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him." It says, "For some man is a friend for his own occasion, and will not abide in thy day of trouble." Right? And I had a direct experience with this, with a man who actually was in our camp, who got kicked out the camp. You know what I mean? And the situation was that, before he got kicked out, I helped him, and he was, when it was time to help, he was all there, I'm here if you need me, blase, all ears, all laughs, all giggles, right? But as soon as I needed it back, or as soon as I ran into something, and I told him that I ran into something, he was not there to repay, or he was not there to even check or have my back or nothing, man. Shows you that this was a nigga the whole time, right? So it says, for some man is a friend for his own occasion, right? He was a friend because he needed something, right? It says, and will not abide in the day of trouble. And he didn't abide in the day of trouble. Okay, when I needed him, he didn't abide. He wasn't there when he needed me. I was there. It says, and there is a friend who being turned to enmity and strife will discover thy reproach. It says, again, some friend is a companion at the table and will not continue in the day of thy affliction. Right. It says, but in thy prosperity he will be as thyself and will be bold over thy servants. So yeah, he would be like you. Oh yeah, we did that. Yeah. We like, just like how, in the time of affliction, like right now, right? We on the highways and byways teaching and preaching his word, and nobody is out there with us. Nobody, we don't have groups or loud, groups of people. We're not, we don't have a crowd, out there or nothing like that. But as soon as time to come, all the people who was in the house watching, right? Oh yeah, they're gonna be bold over thy servants, man, as if they was out there putting in the work. Okay, which that's gonna lead you to nothing, man. Because if you don't have no works, how can you expect salvation? How can you hope to have salvation? Okay, it says, if thou be brought low, he will be against thee. He will hide himself from thy face. It says, and niggas see that on a daily. It says, separate thyself from thine enemies and take heed of thy friends. So separate yourself from the enemies. That's the best thing you could do. And take note, pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to the people that you have around you, man, because not everybody is for your turn, man. Even though they, in the worst, the dangerous ones, the ones you got to watch out for is the ones who you kind of sneaky and still trying to be your friend. They're snakes, man. Okay? They're snakes, man. It says, a faithful friend is a medicine of life, and they that fear the Lord shall find him, right? And if you are blessed to have Akim, that's a beautiful thing, man. That's a beautiful thing, to have Akim around, man. Okay, it says, 18, it says, my son, because those would be our friends in this time, our brotherhood. 18, it says, my son, gather instruction from thy youth up, so shalt thou find wisdom to thine old age. It says, come unto her as one that ploweth and soweth, and wait for her good fruits. For thou shalt not toil much in laboring about her, but thou shalt eat of her fruits right soon. So it says, come unto her, who is her wisdom. It says, is one that ploweth and soweth, so it's one at work. Okay? It says, and wait for her good fruits, and wait for her to reveal the glory. Wait for her to reveal the benefits of having wisdom. Okay? It says, for thou shalt not toil much in laboring about her, but thou shalt eat of her fruits right soon. So that's why scriptures even tell you that wisdom is over riches. Okay? What does Solomon pray for? He prayed for wisdom. It says, she is very unpleasant to the unlearned. He that is without understanding will not remain with her. So it says wisdom is very unpleasant to the unlearned. Yeah, it's unpleasant to someone who's not learned, or someone who don't want to know or care to know the knowledge. Okay? It says, he that is without understanding will not remain with her. Okay? It says, she will lie upon him as a mighty stone of trial. He will cast her from him ere it be long. It says, for wisdom is according to her name, and she is not manifest unto many. And that's heavy, because his truth and his light is not manifest to many. Not everybody's illuminated, man. The seals wasn't open to everybody. Not everybody can understand the different things that we break down, man. And it's not for you to understand if you can't understand. Okay? Ultimately, it's not. Okay, it says, give ear, my son, and receive my advice, and refuse not my counsel, and put thy feet into her fetters, and thy neck into her chain. Bow down thy shoulder and bear her, and be not grieved with her bonds. So it says, submit yourself to wisdom. Okay? It says, come unto her, and ultimately, wisdom is his truth, man. It says, come unto her with thy whole heart, and keep her ways with all thy power. Search and seek, and she shall be made known unto thee. And when thou hast got hold of her, let her not go. Okay? So once you're one with wisdom, don't let her go. Don't deviate. Don't return back to the vomit. It's not pleasant for you. It says, for at the last thou shalt find her rest, and that shall be turned to thy joy. Then shall her fetters be a strong defense for thee, and her chains a robe of glory. Okay, and brothers, hope for that. Okay, scriptures tell you what? I tell you that knowledge should be a stability in our times, or if you don't, in the times, if you don't have knowledge, you won't have any stability. If you don't have wisdom on how to move, you won't know how to move, which your next move might be your last move if you don't have wisdom. If you have wisdom, your next move is always the best move. You know what I mean? It says, for there is a golden ornament upon her, and her bands are purple lace, right? And it says, thou shalt put her on as a robe of honor, and shalt put her about thee as a crown of joy. My son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught, and if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent. And every wise man must be prudent. Okay, it says, if thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. And if thou bow thine ear, and thou shalt be wise. Hear what? Hear instruction. When brothers do videos, listen to them. When brothers on the highways and byways talking, listen to it. Study. It says, stand in the multitude of the elders and cleave unto him that is wise. Be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee. Right? So it's scriptures tell you a spiritual man judges everything, man. Okay? Roughly paraphrasing. Right? So when you're in the midst, right, always pay attention, right? Always examine thyself. Scripture tell you to examine thyself. Okay? Examine yourself. Cut off the fat, man. 36, it says, and if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door. So if you see a man and he has wisdom, right, draw near to him, man. Okay? It says, let thy mind, and that's why we have elders. It's not bad to have elders, man. Okay? You got a lot of men that, discredit the elders. It's not, without the elders, you wouldn't know. Really, without Yahweh Shai, you wouldn't know. Without Yahweh, you wouldn't know. It says, let thy mind be upon the ordinances of the Lord, and meditate continually in his commandments. He shall establish thine heart, and give thee wisdom at thine own desire, man. So we always got to meditate in the Lord, man. Always meditate in his truth. Always examine yourself. Always see, like the brother said, draw a fine line between the things that you're going to do and the things you're not going to do. The things you can't do, the things you can't do, and the things you can do. Draw that line down the middle, man. Okay? It could profit you in the long run. So, hey, with that, man, Lord willing, this has been edifying. Lord, I got something from this video. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Kakadash. I want to tell you, brothers, keep pushing on to the next. Shalom.